And we're back on Southern Indiana Now with a special summer preview episode. All things happening around Southern Indiana that you need to know about to stay connected to summer. Want to thank Erica Malone for our producing. And of course, we've got a special show lined up for you today with guests in Hoosier Homestead, Hoosier Hustle, Hoosier Happening, and Hoosier Good News. It's all here. It's all for you at Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. Kelly Trask. As part of our Hoosier Homestead series, we are talking to Sean Busby because in Southern Indiana, Sean, we like to have our summer nights and relaxation outside. And now Greemann's Furniture has really stepped in and give us some furniture options to make that happen. So let's talk about the things that you carry for the outdoors and what are some must-haves for the backyard.
Sure. So I bought a house in 2020 that had a pool.
Yeah.
Prior to that, we hadn't sold outdoor furniture, but once I had the pool, I was like, I got to have some good outdoor furniture. So we got into the polywood or poly lumber business. And it's not really lumber, it's not wood. But that's just what it's called. Yeah. But it's recycled plastic. And it is fantastic outdoor furniture for a variety of reasons. So unlike real wood, the polywood will never rot.
Yeah.
You don't have to put it away in the wintertime. You can leave it out year-round. It's heavy enough that if there's a storm, it's not going to blow away and end up in the neighbor's yard.
Right.
So it's lots of things to like about that product.
Well, all the colors.
And lots of colors,
I
too.
was going to say, the colors are amazing.
Yeah, so you can decorate however you want in the backyard. You can be, colorful with blues and reds, or you can, kind of choose some colors that match the decor of your home.
So within Polywood, tell me some of the different options are available for actual furniture. Do you have chaises, tables, bar tables? How does it work?
All of that, yeah.
Okay.
So obviously dining tables.
That's always my favorite answer.
Adirondack chairs, yep.
Yeah.
Gliders tend to be our best sellers, actually,
Yeah.
or some of our best sellers, because they're just so comfortable. You can put them on a porch or in the
I
backyard.
tell you, stories sound better when they're told from a glider. Yeah,
Yes.
they just are, and the lemonade tastes better too.
Yep.
So I love that.
But yeah, chaise lounges for the pool, benches, and just anything you can think of for the backyard.
Yeah.
They pretty much will make it.
All right. So let's talk about where people can see this amazing furniture and how does financing work so they can make it obtainable in their life.
Well, we offer 12 months free financing year round.
Okay, perfect.
We work with a company called Synchrony. It's a very quick process for applying, and you know the answer within just a couple minutes.
Okay.
But our location is downtown Seymour. Our main store is at 205 South Chestnut Street. We acquired some additional property a couple of years back.
Yeah.
And so we've got an indoor showroom for outdoor furniture at that new property, which is, again, just right behind our main store. And then this spring, we added a patio at the front of that building as well, which is right there on Highway 50.
Yeah, I just drove by it and just saw it. So it looks really good outside.
Thank
it's
you.
hard to choose. I mean, there's so many fun things, so fun pieces. All right, so where can people come shop?
Where?
What are the hours?
So we're there through the week, Monday through Friday, 9 till 6, and then on Saturdays, 9 to 4.
All right. So if someone's coming in, they would just want to get kind of one piece, see if they like it. Would you recommend the glider?
The glider's a great place to start. That's the main piece that I use at my own house.
It's the gateway furniture.
There you go.
Gateway.
The gateway. I like that.
That's hilarious. Okay. So the glider, and then on the tables and chairs, I know that they have some that, can accommodate a large crowd versus maybe just like even a bistro look, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can do a little 3-piece set with, two bar stools and or 2 chairs at a table. All the way up to probably at least 8 to maybe 10.
Now, if they can just somehow make umbrellas out of the stuff that doesn't blow around, that would be amazing. Just kidding. They might be a little heavy. All right. Do get to Greemann's Furniture. Check out Polywood. All available for you in different colors and styles. And Sean, what color do you have?
I have the navy and gray.
Oh, okay.
House.
Well, you can customize it too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you can choose like the table
want.
one color and the benches something else.
You sure could, yeah.
Okay. Sean, tell me, so I know the polywood is super durable, makes it heavy, perfect for outdoor use. Tell me how people can get it to their homes. Tell me about the delivery options.
Yeah, so we offer delivery all year round, and either in-home delivery or in this case backyard delivery.
Yeah,
so,
I love it. Perfect for setting up those outdoor spaces, that's for sure. And so tell me some other things about the furniture spot, the outdoors, things that you need people to know.
Yeah, I always like to point out that this product is made in the U.S. I think a lot of folks, especially today, like to be buying American-made product. So we have two suppliers. One's from Ohio, and the other is an
Oh.
Amish builder right here in Indiana.
Wow. Okay. So you're supporting local as well.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So do get connected with Greemann's Furniture. You can get shopping and all the things. And for the delivery, does it usually take like within a week or two? Is that how fast you can get
Well,
it?
if we custom order,
that's
there's
right.
a
If they do
little
a
time
certain
for it
color.
to come in.
Okay.
But if we have it in stock, I can usually get it to
Because they
you.
can do cash and carry too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got quite a bit of stock, and if it's in stock, I can have it to you probably later today or tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds good. Perfect for your weekend party.
That's right.
Coming up. All right. Get to Greemann's Furniture, get your stuff, and of course, you're going to have an amazing outdoor space. We'll be back here. I'm Kelly Trask.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10. Every morning, it's Jay's Morning Wake Up Call, blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and we are honored to have with us Dwight Hendrix from Hendrix Pool and Patio, and super excited to have them as part of our Hoosier Hustle segment. And on the show, there is no one I know. I mean, as far as people who are no grass growing under the feet, this is Dwight Hendrix. So thank you so much for joining us, and especially we don't want grass because we want swimming pools, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about what people need to be considering. And there's people watching that think, I thought about a pool. I don't know if I need to do it. How would it look? The different sizes are available. Technology's come a long way in swimming pools.
Yeah, especially younger families. I think their big deal is, how do I keep the kids at home? Mm-hmm. During these formative years until they're up in the car and running around. I mean, where do you want the party at? Where do you want the kids to hang out? You want your house or someone else's house?
Yeah.
But you want them at your house so that you can pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah. A pool does that. A pool solves that problem.
It does. It adds another room to your house.
Mm-hmm.
A whole another room. The whole backyard is another room now.
Okay, I love that. Well, speaking of the whole backyard being another room, what kind of trends are you seeing with backyard oasis, and what are people putting in outside?
We see a lot of fire pits along with the pools. We see automatic covers. Almost every pool now has a heater on it, because it doesn't do much good to have a pool in your yard that's 4 degrees too cold to swim in. So just a little nudge, and the next thing you know, you can swim all the time.
Yeah, I love that. So speaking of, we've got a lot of accessories that can go on the pool. So if someone's considering, what do they just need to start with? Do they need to start working with your team and you can kind of formulate a plan? Do they need to see picture? Do you want to see pictures of their backyard? I mean, what's kind of step one?
Step one is I like to go to their backyard and just see what I think will fit. And
Okay.
I've got some ideas that can make that backyard look like something special. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times they don't have any ideas, so we've got pictures to show them. And I like to have in mind a budget.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, they won't tell me what their real budget is, but I really need to sort of know so we can figure out what all we can do.
Makes a difference between like a smaller pool to a bigger pool, or maybe you want the pool cover. Maybe we need to shave off some money over here.
And a lot of new pools now are going to the smaller side because of some of the cost of the automatic covers and different things. But a lot of people used to think that they wanted a great big pool. 30 years ago, we built 20 by 40s, 20 by 44s. And now the average size we're building is probably 16 by 32 or smaller.
Okay.
And there's some benefits to that, because when those kids are gone, instead of having 16,000, a smaller pool, you're going to have 16 to 18,000 gallons of water. The big ones, you're talking about 40. So you're talking about a lot more expense with chemicals, covers, liners. So long-term wise, after this young couple with young kids has a pool and those kids are flying the nest, then mom and dad don't have such an anchor over their neck to maintain this.
But they still have the beautiful space and the advantage of laying out by the pool and all the things.
And I've never seen kids complain about the pool being too small. We've had whole baseball teams in my backyard, and there wasn't much water in the pool when they got through splashing for an hour. But but they never complained.
Yeah, exactly. So if someone already has a pool, can they do something? Can they do an automatic pool cover after the fact? Can they do a pool heater after the fact?
Yeah, we can add all those options on.
Okay.
We actually have been doing a lot more remodels of these old pools and bringing them up to today's
Well, with lighting and
standards.
everything people are wanting. Yeah.
There's so many things out there, and the new lighting with the LED. I mean, the pools are so brilliant when you turn them on at night now.
Yeah, that's the way to go. All the things happening. And of course, you can take care of chemicals and servicing, open and closes. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we have a full service store where we're doing free water testing. We've been with BioGuard, the chemical line, for 40 years. They're the leader in the industry. They provide us with the greatest software and water technology to test that water. And we've partnered with them and have never looked back.
Yeah, I love that. Also, if someone's interested in a hot tub or a pool, you have 2 locations to serve them, right?
Yeah, we have the one on Burkhart Boulevard, next to the License Branch. And then we just opened a new store this year in North Vernon, right on old downtown Main Street.
I love it. It's
on
beautiful,
Walnut
too.
Street. And it's we're really proud to be a part of that downtown revitalization.
Yes.
It's a little more taxing to get into, especially if you're a Seymour person. But those Jennings County people are so used to parallel parking on that street out there.
Oh, they're the best parkers.
They don't have any problem with whipping that thing in there.
Yeah.
And it's a small store, but we have five hot tubs on it, full lab, parts, everything the Seymour store has, except just a little bit smaller.
All right. So you can check them both out, Seymour and North Vernon, Hendrix Pool and Patio. And of course, even if you're just thinking about putting a pool in, Dwight and his team are who to talk with because they can get you connected, put something together in your budget and give you an install plan. Maybe it's not even this year. Maybe it's next year. Dwight, is there still some room for people to install some pools this year?
Oh yeah. We've got plenty of time.
Okay. Lots of time, but you could definitely be enjoying your new pool soon. Give them a call, and that's what we'd love to do in Southern Indiana, just hang out with friends and family and just make those memories, and a pool can definitely make that happen for you. We'll be back right here. I'm Kelly Trask. Wherever you go, our stations have your music, local news, local sports, and local weather covered. 95.3 WUME brings you today's best hits, along with Paoli sports, local news, and weather. 98.7 WSCZ plays the timeless favorites from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, as well as local weather and Orleans high school sports. And 96.9 WKLO keeps it country with all your favorite classic country hits, plus Corridon and North Harrison high school sports, as well as local news and weather. Your soundtrack for Southern Indiana is found on 95.3 WUME, 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO. And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and we're at the amazing Scott County YMCA talking with Mitchell about all ways that you can get in shape, get some fitness in, and get moving. And that's what it's all about here at the YMCA. Mitchell, thanks so much for being part of the Southern Indiana Now show today. And tell us about how people can become a member. Do you have summer programs? And tell us about all the fun things happening at the Scott County YMCA.
So yes, we have many summer programs currently going on. We have our summer camp program where a lot of kids in the local area, they come and join activities for the summer without school. We have many events going on this summer, including our Developing Basketball Fundamentals, which starts in July. A cheerleading clinic as well that starts in July. We have volleyball that starts in July as well. So the month of July.
July is busy
yes,
here. Yeah.
June and July very busy for us here at the YMCA.
Okay.
But,
I love that. So Mitchell, if someone wants to become a member, how do they do that?
so they can stop in. We'll just sign the application and we'll get you going depending on the plan that you want.
Yeah.
If you've never been here before, we'll give you a tour of the facility. That way you know what you're coming into whenever you sign up.
Super important. Yeah. Do you have to live in Scott County to come to the Scott County YMCA?
No, you do not. You can be from anywhere.
Tell us about the Silver Sneakers program for older Americans.
So now at the YMCA, we are accepting with a $0 join fee silver sneakers, also the Renew Active and the Silver and Fit. So we already have a lot of members that utilize these programs, and I understand that they are a big help to those in the community that need them. So
Great choice for physical therapy, right?
yes.
Yeah. Mobility, does it help with all that?
Yes, it does. The people who come in here and utilize it, just staying exercised and, getting their daily exercise in is very important to them, especially when they're using these programs.
All right, tell us about the golf scramble. Everybody loves a good game of golf, so I know that's coming around the corner too.
Yep, so it's one of our biggest events that we put on of the year. It's the second annual John Hill Memorial Golf Scramble. That starts July 26th. And we are still looking for a lot of participants in this golf scramble, so we're expecting a big turnout for this.
All right, and everyone's favorite, pickleball. Let's hear how we get connected with some fun time on the courts. Mitchell?
So with pickleball, it has definitely blown up within the last few years.
Yeah.
We do have quite a few people who come in and utilize the pickleball nets and the court in there. So our pickleball is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday, Tuesdays at 6, Wednesday at 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and then about 4 p.m. or 9 a.m. The rest of the week. So.
All right, lots of ways to get connected. The sport's here for you, and so is the Scott County YMCA. So many people we have the pleasure of talking with today at the Scott County YMCA. One of those is Ashley. She's going to give us a scoop on the child care program, when that starts, how you can get your kiddos connected to also fitness. And Ashley, thanks so much for being part of Southern Indiana Now podcast today. And tell us about the child care program.
So our child care program runs concurrent with the school year, the local school year that we have. So it will be starting about the first week or so of August.
Okay.
If you sign your child up, we do academics. We have a 3-year-old who can recite her days of the week. She can recite her months of the year. So we do circle time in the morning. We have a lot of free play. We do different things like that. So our weekly cost is $150 a week. You get a family membership included in that price. So if you have a big family, I mean, it works out.
That works out really well. That means everybody can come use the facilities.
So,
oh, wow.
And then if you work during the day, you can have your kids come and then go at that time. We also accept CCDF vouchers. So that helps, income families that may struggle with that. Our times are from 7 in the morning till 5 p.m. We have 2 different teachers that switch off. So we have teachers in the morning and a teacher in the afternoon. And then, so we have low staff to child ratio. So we just have a smaller group. So we have more one-on-one time with them.
Sense.
Yep. And then so that with having that child care program and the membership, then you get discounts on other things like the sports that we offer.
Wow,
and stuff
I love that. So it truly is a family program. You can get connected by giving you a call. What's the best way to get signed up?
So stopping in, we'll also give you a tour of the child care room and show you and, just go over kind of the things that we do. So stopping in is probably the easiest way to do that.
Yeah, all right, check it out. YMCA here in Scott County.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10 every morning. It's Jay's Morning Wake Up Call, blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and we're talking with Sara Bowling with The Alley, serving Southern Indiana. This was part of our Hoosier Good News segment because there's a lot of good coming from The Alley. So thanks so much for joining us, Sara. And let's talk about what The Alley is. Tell me about the mission and how people can get connected to services.
Okay, so our mission at The Alley is very simple. It is love God and love people, which The Alley's been around now for about 15 years. And I have been a part of it for 11.
Okay, I love that. So tell me a little bit about your story.
Okay, so I am in recovery. So tomorrow is actually my 11-year clean time.
Okay, congratulations.
Very, very happy about that, and I owe it all to God and The Alley. So when I started my journey, my recovery journey, I always knew I wanted to be a part of The Alley because it was different. It was set aside. It focused on the hurting, the addicted, the homeless, which I was all 3 of those. So I knew when I was ready, that's where I would go, and that's where I went. I've been there ever since.
Wow, what an amazing story, and congratulations again to you. So tell me how, if someone knows someone, or how do they start getting connected with resources?
All you have to do is show up. So we have a wonderful partnership with FBC, First Baptist Church in Seymour, and we are actually located in the back of that building in the Fellowship Center. We do free hot meals Tuesday through Friday, 4 to 6. Anybody can come. And then on Wednesday nights, we do Celebrate Recovery at 6:30, and that is also open to anyone. We welcome family of the addicted and the recovering, and anybody with a hurt habit or hang up. So you don't have to be struggling with drugs to come to the alley.
Right. Yeah. Not a requirement.
Not a requirement.
Tell me about the 1010 Project and how that's connected to the alley and what that specifically offers folks.
Okay. So the 1010 Project, I believe this is our 13th or 14th year of doing it. And it's actually one of the first things that I was a part of that really made me commit to the alley. So our goal every year is to have 1,000 individuals show up with $10 in their pocket, and then we get into groups of 10. So within each group, there's at least $100, and we just go out into this community, and we just share the love and help meet basic needs: groceries, rent, utilities, gas, prescriptions. There's been groups that have done yard work for individuals, or we've built ramps in the past, and it's just a way for us to connect to the community, introduce ourselves to them, and hopefully get them to trust their neighbors, that we're just there to help them and love
helping
them.
neighbors. I love that. That's exactly what Who's Your Good News segment is all about. So how is there a central email or phone number, or maybe a Facebook page or website people can connect?
So we do have a Facebook page, but we really, now that we are inside of First Baptist Church, the best way for people to get connected with us, to learn about us, is to call First Baptist Church, and it's 812-522-1909.
And you don't have to be from a certain area to use services. Okay.
So that's another great thing about the alley. I tell people all the time, the only thing we require is patience.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Just patience.
That should be a life requirement anyway. That's for sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, Sarah. And again, congratulations, 11 years.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you have a lot of stories within those 11 years you could share. Yeah. Well, do get connected to the alley if you know of anyone and struggles with addiction or recovery, or just needing some extra help. You can get connected with that, and of course that's all God centered. So that's a great program, and you can find help and love from the alley. Yep. So we'll be back here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. And that's a wrap on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. Hey, thanks for joining us. I want to remind you that you can check out a new episode each week on all platforms that episodes are available, including our website at southernindiananow.com. You can check out our YouTube page, same thing, or you can find us on Spotify, Apple, all the places where you can download a podcast. I want to remind you that we want to see your pet of the week and feature him, her on the show, and you can do that by sending a picture, just a small little write-up of your pet's name to southernindiananow@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook and send us a message there. Either way, we're going to connect your pet to everyone in Southern Indiana. We'll be back here next week. Make sure you're here for it.